At the heart of the violence and the chaos in Ferguson, Missouri, is a question. What actually happened in the moments leading up to the death of Michael Brown? The public has heard from people who say they saw the incident. Authorities have spoken to the officer accused, but something is still missing.
If body-worn cameras had been in place, there would be an objective account of the events that could at least be assessed for whether the use of force policy was followed or not.
Chris Rickard is with the ACLU, an organization that often advocates against surveillance. But when it comes to the authorities being watched, he says it's a win-win situation.
It would exonerate a police officer if the allegation of abuse were false, but also, as you were saying, provide an objective account of what happened.
We're not talking about giving police more heavy machinery. The so-called cop cams already in use are even smaller than this one. They're made to clip onto an officer's lapel or even onto their sunglasses.
In a one-year study in Rialto, California, the numbers speak for themselves. Use of force by officers wearing the cameras dropped 60%, and complaints went down 88%. The Cato Institute's Walter Olson says this could also help police by sorting out untrue claims, but says if widely adopted, would need to come with some restrictions.
As they record what the policeman is doing, they are also recording often what citizens are doing, perhaps storing that, perhaps making it searchable. If the film is there and is being stored for some period of time, someone else will want to use it.
The danger, he says, another trove of video with the ability to apply facial recognition software in cases totally unrelated. Once the chaos in Ferguson quiets, the quest for the truth will likely remain. I'm Christine Frizzell, Fox 45 News.